Hello everyone, myself Swati. Today we are going to discuss about analog circuit. In previous two lectures we have studied all the things related to phase locked loop. In our today's lecture we are going to see along with some examples related to application of that phase locked loop system. Now let us see about that phase locked loop system. This is some example related to PLL. First of all, we are going to study some examples related with that phase locked loop system, and again we will go forward related to that application of that phase locked loop system. A phase locked loop has a center frequency of omega 0 is equal to 10 raised to 5 radian per second, and K0, that is a sensitivity gain factor. K0 is a represented over here is a sensitivity factor. It is a 10 raised to 3 radian per second per voltage, and Kd is a difference, sensitivity gain difference is equal to 1 voltage per radian. There is no other gain in the loop. Determine the overall transfer function, that is Hs for first A factor is related to loop filter Fs is equal to 1 all pass filters. For B is a loop filter Fs is shown below, and C is factor related to loop filter Fs as in a part, and B factor is related to XR for the phase detector, and VDD is equal to 5 volt. D is related to natural frequency omega n and damping factor phi for the part C. Here we have given that is a low pass filter value. For the resistor is connected in a series and capacitor is connected in a parallel. The resistor value is a 120 kilo ohm, it is given, and for the capacitor purpose it is a value of 3.3 nanofarad. Solution for this example is given step by step. Just see over here. First step to calculate, that is a KV, that is a loop gain. Loop gain is represented by the letter KV. KV is equal to KD. K0 is equal to 10 raised to 3 radian per second voltage, which is multiplied by 1 volt per radian, is equal to 10 raised to 3 s raised to minus 1 factor. The transfer function for Fs is equal to 1, that is Hs is equal to KVFs divided by 1 plus KVFs is equal to 10 raised to 3 divided by s plus 103. B factor is related to transfer function for Fs is equal to 2525 divided by s plus 2525, like this. Hs is equal to Kv, that is a Kv is a loop gain function, and Fs is a transfer function of that Kv. S plus Kvfs is equal to 10 raised to 3 multiplied by 2525 divided by s plus 2525, the whole factor divided by s plus 103 multiplied by 2525 divided by s plus 2525 is equal to 2525 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 divided by s square plus 2525 s plus 2525 multiplied by 10 raised to 3, where C factor is related to KD factor. KD factor is nothing but that is a differential gain is equal to VDD divided by pi. What is the value of VDD? VDD, they have given us the value, that is a 1.6 volt and per radian, and that value is divided by that pi. For that purpose it is converted into radian. Therefore KV is equal to KD into K0. We are putting that value of KD into K0, we are getting the value of KV. It is a 1600 s raised to minus 1, where Hs is equal to transfer function of that value is given by KVFs divided by s plus KVFs is equal to 1600 multiplied by 2525 divided by s plus 2525 divided whole factor divided by s plus 1600 multiplied by 2525 whole factor divided by s plus 2525 is equal to 4.044 multiplied by 10 raised to 6 divided by s square plus 2525s plus 4.04 multiplied by 10 raised to 6. And D factor is related to omega n, which is equal to Kv omega p is equal to under root of 4.04 multiplied by 10 raised to 6 is equal to 2010 hertz, and tau factor is equal to omega p divided by 2 omega n is equal to 2525 divided by 2 into 2010 is equal to 0.63. Synthesize PLL. Next step is related to synthesizing that PLL. We will now add the divider, that is a 1 by n, to the feedback path This architecture is called as a integer n synthesizer. Forward path gain loop gain is reduced by the factor of a n, that is a gs is equal to kd k0 fs divided by ns is equal to kv fs divided by ns. Note, in most applications n is a not constant, so kv is equal to kd k0 is a not a constant, varies with the frequencies accordingly to the choice of n. Then the transfer function, that is a hs is equal to phi out divided by phi in is equal to gs divided by 1 plus gs is equal to kv fs ns divided by 1 plus kv fs ns. Kv is equal to loop gain and kv fs plus kv fs is equal to kv divided by 1 plus s omega p. Ns plus kv 1 divided by 1 plus s omega p is equal to kv omega p and s square plus ns omega p plus kv omega p. Then the standard form it is related to for that the synthesized PLL is hs is equal to kv, that is a loop gain factor omega p divided by n factor division factor, which is equal to s square plus s omega p plus kv omega p divided by n is equal to omega n square. Therefore, natural frequency, that is a omega n is equal to kv omega p divided by n is equal to kv rcn, that is a damping factor tau is equal to omega p divided by 2 omega n is equal to omega p divided by 2 into bracket kv omega p n is equal to 1 divided by 2 by n omega p kv is equal to 1 divided by 2 n kv rc. Here we are applying, that is the 1 divided by m factor with the phi reference along with the input signal, and here the summation of all these things. Here we are applying that incoming input signal, positive signal, and from this side we are applying that incoming input signal to the negative terminal. This is the phasor diagram related to this terminology. This is a loop filter related to this signal. Then voltage controlled oscillator is providing, that is a ko divided by s, that here we are getting that phi out, that is a filter output, divided by 1 by n factor we are getting over here. Here we are applying input phasor diagram, and here we are getting, that is a output phasor diagram over here. Then next is a common PLL applications, just I have given over this slide. Just see the clock multiplier oblique clock generator. This is the one of the most important example related to that PLL application. In that, input signal is related to fixed frequency clock, then output signal is related to multiple of the input clock frequency oblique multiple of the clock outputs. Then second PLL application is frequency synthesizer, which is related to fractional integer n value. In that, the input fixed frequency clock is over there. Then next is related to output clock signal, and arbitrary frequency is also present over there. Then third application related to that PLL is clock and a data recovery, which is one of the important application related to that PLL. In that, input signal is a data signal from a serial link, and output signal is related to digital data as well as clock signal with the phase detector is different than other applications. FM demodulation, in input signal which is used in a radio signal, and for the output it is a demodulated signal. Thus these are the four important applications related to that which are commonly used for that PLL application. Once again I have shortly summarized that application. Just see the clock multiplier and clock generator, frequency synthesizer that is used as a fractional n generator, then integer n generator, then next is related to clock and data recovery rate, and fourth is related to FM demodulation purpose. Then this is the basic PLL structure. As we know very well in previous lectures, we have seen that the basic PLL structure. The basic PLL structure is formed by using three blocks, that is a phase detector or phase frequency detector, then loop filter, then voltage controller oscillator. And locking frequency is generated along with that voltage output of that voltage controller oscillator block along with that input. That locking frequency value is nothing but oscillating frequency is equal to input frequency. That means once that oscillating frequency is equal to that input frequency we are getting, then that frequency is called as a locking frequency, and that frequency is nothing but exact locked frequency. Here we are applying that input voltage towards that phase detector circuit, and here we are getting that output voltage from that phase detector circuit. Here input voltages are input V in, F in, that is the input frequency, phi in, that is the input phasor angle, along with the V phi, that is the output phase output voltage. Then V out is the related to fourth step output, that is a loop filter output, and that loop filter output is given towards that voltage control oscillator, and that voltage control oscillator will be generates the signal just we have seen over here. Here is the voltage control oscillator, that is a VOC, then oscillating frequency, that is a FOC, and phi oscillating is we are getting over here. And just they have shown us related to this. This is the basic structure related to that basic PLL diagram. In that, first signal is given as a reference input voltage, then second signal is given as a feedback input voltage, third signal is related to phase detector output, and fourth signal is given to that loop filter output. Thus, that reference, whatever the input signal we are applying related to that basic PLL diagram is just shown over here. It is a reference input, it is having only the clock pulses signal. Second input is related to feedback filter, which is having only the clock pulses signal. Third is also related to phase detector output. That phase detector output is nothing but clock pulses signal along with this. Then fourth is a loop filter output. Whatever that loop filter output we are getting over here, that loop filter output is again reversely back connected towards that input, and that output is nothing but voltage controlled output, and that output is again back towards connected towards that phase detector circuit. And this is the basic structure related to that PLL. Along with that, this is the basic clock multiplier circuit. Basic clock multiplier circuit, in that we have shown two types of clock multiplier circuit. First clock multiplier circuit is multiplied along with the second, and we are getting 1 multiply 1. What is the output factor? 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Like this, we are getting the output from that basic clock multiplier circuit. Along with that, one more thing, or one more block we are using over here instead of that basic PLL is a N divider circuit. That means here that N divider circuit will be plays an important role related to, apart from that, our basic PLL circuit. Just see over here. Here that N divider is not present in our basic PLL circuit, but for the basic clock multiplier circuit, that N divider circuit is present. That N divider circuit will be multiplied by using whatever the multiplying factor is present over here. That multiplying by that multiplying factor, that N divider is going to multiply and divide that circuit. Like this. Here again similar blocks or function are also similar along with that basic PLL diagram. Here is a phase detector circuit. Here is a phase frequency detector circuit. Then it is related to loop filter. Then it is related to voltage control oscillator. That voltage control oscillator output is given reversely towards that N divider circuit. N divider circuit can divide that signal into number of frequencies, and again it is given feedback towards that input of that phase detector circuit or phase frequency detector circuit. Along with this, the second basic clock multiplier circuit is given over here. It is a phase detector circuit. It is a frequency phase detector circuit. It is a loop filter. It is a voltage control oscillator. That output of that voltage control oscillator is going back towards that N divider circuit. That N divider circuit output is given feedback towards that phase detector circuit, and phase detector circuit is along with the multiplication factor of that N divider circuit. Whatever the value of coming from that N divider circuit, that value is multiplied along with that phase detector circuit. Then next is the integer n synthesizer. Then integer n synthesizer is a frequency divider circuit which varies values in between 1 to 8192. That will decide whatever the n synthesizer value we are taking over here, that will be decided by using that frequency divider circuit, and that value will be ranges from 1 to 8192. How that value is going to vary, just see over here. The resolution of the just see here we are giving external input frequency signal which is having 10 megahertz. That is means higher frequency signal we are applying over here as an input to this circuit, and pre-divider circuit can divide the signal from 0 to 7 along with 1 to 256, which is given as a reference frequency. That reference frequency is applied to that phase detector circuit. That phase detector circuit will be detect out the phase of that particular signal, and the detected phase signal will be applied to that loop filter. That loop filter will be filter out that signal and filter the signal. That means cleared signal is applied towards that voltage controlled oscillator block, and that voltage controlled oscillator block will be provides us the PLL output, and whatever the PLL frequency output we are getting over here, it is represented by the letter F out, and that output frequency is again reversely back connected towards that input related to that frequency divider circuit. That frequency divider circuit will be divides that frequency into number of stages, that is a 1 to 8192 by using microfarad frequency is a 12:0 range, and again that input is given towards that detector. Thus this closed loop structure will be vary step by step continuously, and we are getting the integer n synthesizer value over here by using that PLL stages. Here we are applying 10 megahertz frequency, and here we are getting F out frequency, and this example is related to that integer n synthesizer. In that, the resolution of the output frequency is determined by the reference frequency applied to the phase detector. The step size or frequency resolution, just see here the step size or the frequency resolution. This is the smallest frequency increment possible over there. To obtain a stable lower frequency sources is not easy because a quartz crystal oscillating in kilohertz region is quite bulky and not practical. A sensible approach is to take a good stable crystal based high frequency sources and an integer n synthesizer to divide its down. Example is related to that integer n synthesizer. Just see over here, it is an example given an oscillator. It is a external source is given as a 10 megahertz frequency, and a step size frequency resolution of 20 kilohertz is required. Determine the counter values of R and M to produce output, that is a frequency output is equal to 900.2 900.4 megahertz. Solution for this step size is the step size oblique frequency resolution. Frequency reference is equal to 200 kilohertz is equal to 10 megahertz divided by R. R value we have taken over here is a 10 megahertz divided by 200 kilohertz is equal to 50. So for F out, that is the output frequency is equal to 900.2 megahertz frequency. We are converting that 900.2 megahertz frequency is equal to 200 kilohertz into n, where n is equal to 900.2 megahertz divided by 200 kilohertz is equal to 4501, where n value varies in between 4501, 4502, 4503, like this. If for this example the values of n is varies in between 4501 to up to 8192, because that frequency divider range will be varies in between 1 to 8192, like this. Along with this, here we are using that fractional n synthesizer. Just see that fractional n allows the resolution at the PLL output to be reduced to a small fraction of the PFD, that is a frequency synthesizer frequency as shown in the below, where the PFD input frequency is a 1 megahertz. It is possible to generate the output frequency with resolutions of 100 seconds of hertz while maintaining a high PFD frequency. As a result, the n value is significantly less than for the integer n. For this, here that PFD is a given towards that filter, and filter will be filter out the output towards that voltage controlled oscillator, and that voltage controlled oscillator will be separate out the output towards that n divider circuit. The n divider circuit will be center out, that is n plus 1. Along with this, the center count will be increasing, and that center count increased value is again applied to the frequency divider circuit, and along with that reference divider circuit, here we are giving that is a fractional n, and here we are using that is a integer n. Like this, the combination of both these n, that is a fractional n and integer n, we are getting whatever the value over here, that value is a very essential for us, that is NEF, that is the effective n value is equal to integer n plus fractional n divided by a plus b, where a is a cycle for n counter and b is a cycle for n plus 1 counter. That is a total integer n and fractional n, and a plus b we are getting over here is a 10. Then toggling between the two integer division ratio, that means toggling of n plus 1 and n, we are getting a fractional division ratio can be achieved by time arriving the divider output, that is a NFF is equal to 8 into bracket 900 plus 2 into bracket 901 divided by 10 is equal to 900.2. Like this, here is a fractional n in here, integer n is a present, related to fractional n synthesizer. Then this is related to that programmable phase locked loop clock generator. In that, this is a crystal oscillator is used over here, along with the reference divider circuit. That reference divider circuit input is applied towards that phase frequency detector. Then charge pump is connected over here. Then voltage controlled oscillator is also connected along with this. Then force divider is also connected along with this. Then CMOS PECL is also connected along with this. Along with this, the feedback divider circuit is connected over here, and this is the structural diagram related to that feedback divider. This is a synchronous controller circuit is connected over here. Sync controller FS7145 is connected over here. Then X out is a crystal oscillator is connected along with that reference divider circuit. Then this is a I2C interface, this is a register circuit, this is a SCL SDA circuit. Then ADDR is also connected along with this device block diagram related to programmable phase lock loop generator. In this, FS7145 is a monolithic CMOS clock generator regenerators IC via the 12C bus interface. The FS7140 to 45U can be adapted to many clock generations requirements. The length of the reference and the feedback dividers, there a fine granularity and flexibility of the force divider make the FS7140/45U the most flexible stand-alone PLL clock generator is available over here. Then integer n frequency synthesizer with prescalers. 4 modulus prescaler is available over here. Just see, divider 1 n divided by n1 divided by n2 and divided by n3. Along with that 4 modules prescaler, that is a reference divider. First is along with that reference divider and these 3 divider divided by n12 divided by n3. Here we are applying oscillating frequency, that is a 10 megahertz as the input towards that oscillator. This is a F synthesizer, that is a frequency synthesizer. Here we are going to use synthesize the frequency along with the reference divider F12 divider N12 divided N3 along with the phase detector. Then it is the input is given towards that phase detector, summation of all these inputs, and thus output of that phase detector is applied towards that low pass filter, and output of that low pass filter is again applied to that voltage controlled oscillator. In that whatever the n factors present over here is n1 is multiplied by 100, n2 is multiplied by 10, and n3 is multiplied by 1 along with the frequency factor f1, and whatever the output coming over here, that output is again reversely back connected towards that input of 4 modulus prescaler, that is 100/101/110 and /100/1 like this, and that output is again applied reverse back towards that divided by n1 factor. Like this, the integer n frequency synthesizer prescaler with prescaleless or scale, that whatever the values present over here, that is n1 n2 n3 is spread prescaled divided by some values, and these all the values are multiplied along with that reference divider frequency f1. This is to extend the upper frequency range of the frequency synthesizer but still allow the synthesis of low frequencies. The solution is the 4 modulus prescaler. The 4 modulus prescaler is a logical extension of the dual modulus prescaler. It offers the 4 different scaling factors, and the 2 control signals are required to select one of the 4 available scaling factors. This is all about that prescaling factors related to that PLL, along with some basic application along with that synthesizers. Just see over here. Once again I will show what we are going to study, what we have studied in this lecture. This is a PLL example, then synthesis PLL, then common PLL application, along with that basis PLL, then basic clock integer, then integer n synthesizer, then fractional n synthesizer we have studied, then programmable phase loop clock generator is also studied, then integer n frequency synthesizer with prescaler we have also studied in this lecture. Okay, thank you.